Hello, it's Eric Aft with another Backstage Pass, and it's actually part 2 of our disaster response Backstage Passes. Today we're talking about getting the food where it is needed most in a disaster situation. And you can see behind me is our fleet of vehicles. Actually, it's not even all of them, but on a day-to-day basis, as we are responding to those individual disasters that families face because of various hardships that you help to enable us to respond to, that's what we're here for in those situations. But we also have vehicles that serve multiple purposes. One is all this fleet. Sometimes it's about getting food in large quantities out to different areas. We did that with Helene, we've done that in other situations. But we also use some of our other more targeted vehicles to be able to get food where it's needed. An example here is our mobile food pantry. Now, on a day-to-day basis, this vehicle and the team that operates it are out in the community distributing food in very specific places that are food deserts and high need areas. Right now, this mobile food pantry every day is going into the counties still impacted by Hurricane Helene, almost 2 years out. But what remains as a challenge in those areas is the economic impact of Helene. Jobs that were paying $25 to $30 an hour may no longer be there, and they're replaced by jobs that are paying $14 to $18, and families need a little bit of help. We're continuing that extended assistance into those counties at least through the end of this fall, and maybe a little bit longer. Again, a way to make sure that we're helping our neighbors in the West to heal. Now, I'm right next to the mobile nutrition services vehicle, and there's kind of a reason to the approach to this video is actually going from big to smaller, and then one very specialty item that I'm going to talk about in just a second. But the mobile nutrition services unit, as you can tell, is a little bit smaller. It has a window that can open up where we can serve people out of it. Its regular use is to get produce into the hands of our families as well as kids as part of our nutrition education activities, but is incredibly useful in disaster response as well because it's a little bit smaller, can fit into tighter spaces and into parking lots or other areas where we can do distributions for neighbors that are impacted by disaster. Now, moving from the nutrition services unit that was kind of mid-range to these vehicles. Now, these are not 2 trucks that any of our staff drive to and from work. These are tools for disaster response, either small or a little bit larger situations. And why are they so important? We talked about it earlier, the fact that getting food where it's needed is vital, and sometimes a small vehicle is required to get into ravines, into hollows, into critical areas that need the most help, but a large truck just can't get there. We even use these vehicles in response to Helene kind of in the later days when it was just fading out of the news and you didn't see as much, but the need was still very, very high. Through support from Feeding America, we're able to purchase these, and we're using these even now almost every week to get food into targeted areas and high need areas. It's just a few cases or a pallet of food so we can get food. You hear me say it all the time, get food where it is needed most. It's about making a difference wherever we can, especially when time matters the most in a disaster. The last piece of our disaster response infrastructure that I want to share with you is this right here, our meal response unit. And it's actually kind of a set of vehicles. It's designed to be in these smaller pieces so we can get it where it is needed versus using a semi-truck where it might be hard to maneuver in different areas. This one vehicle right here actually houses a blow-up kitchen. So if you think about a bouncy house, it's a huge bouncy house without the bouncy part, which covers a kitchen, that it also has all the kitchen appliances that we need so we can produce 5,000 to 8,000 meals a day with this unit. We can also bring our own water supply with us. Again, making sure that we can provide a holistic approach to getting meals and assistance where it is needed, whether it's here in Northwest North Carolina, helping our neighbors further to the west, or helping our neighbors to the east hit by a hurricane that is actually hitting the coast versus coming up through the mountains like Helene did. So again, this is a tremendous tool that we're able to secure with funding that we received through our national association, Feeding America. They thought this was a great idea, so they provided the funding to make this possible. This video has all been about the tools, the transportation to address disaster response. At the heart of things is a solid plan with incredible people. And that's what we have here at Second Harvest Food Bank, along with our staff and volunteers. We are ready, we are prepared to respond whenever needed. Thank you for your support to help make that happen. And please let me know what else you want to know through the next Backstage Pass. Look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.